Hi everybody, welcome back to Two Cats and a Type 1. Happy Friday. A little update on my life. I've been off for a few days. I worked Easter Monday, just a short shift, so it wasn't too bad. And then I am back at work this weekend, so hopefully it goes okay. When I worked Monday, I think my anxiety kind of caught up with me. I felt a little bit nauseous, got lightheaded at the beginning of my shift, but then I was okay. Today I'm going to be talking about running and type 1 diabetes, but before I get into that, I'm just going to talk about some embarrassing things I've done in the past week, some boo-boos that I've made because it kind of relates to when I went for a run this week. So the first one is I said the name of my channel wrong in my last video, and that's kind of embarrassing. I guess it shows how much quarantine is affecting my brain. And another embarrassing thing, when I was doing my first video, originally I was going to use a camera with a tripod, but I couldn't figure out how to set it up, and the battery was kind of dying on the camera, so I ended up using my phone. Anyway, my mom told me the tripod for the camera was in the corner of the living room, which is over there. And obviously I wasn't thinking properly because I just grabbed the stand that was there and was trying to put the camera on the stand, and it was not working. It didn't make any sense. And then for my third video, my one sister helped me set up the tripod, and the tripod was actually in my mom and dad's room. So I was actually trying to use my other sister's guitar stand as a tripod. So I don't think my family's ever gonna let me live that down. There was another thing I messed up. Oh yeah, my first video that I made, when I was showing the mug with the R on it, I said something about the R being backwards, and I swear when I was filming it, it was backwards, and then watching it again, I realized I said that, and the R is the normal way for everyone watching it, so that's kind of embarrassing too. Maybe no one even noticed, and now I just told you to look at it. Anyway, so topic today, like I said, running and type 1 diabetes. Up until 2 days ago, I was just working out and running inside on a treadmill that we have. I was going for walks outside, but I decided this time I was gonna run a 5K because the weather was really nice at the time, and then it started snowing later in the day, which was weird. So I'll talk more about it after my lovely montage of my run, but basically I started off the run at 8 with an arrow on my Dexcom going diagonally up. So I thought, don't need to eat anything, I won't take insulin, and I should be okay. But when I went for a run, I made a mistake, and then it kind of had to change how I was doing it. So I'll let you watch that first, and then I'll come back and talk to you about my mistake. Bye! Alright, so I'm thinking based on the blood glucose screenshots that I took, you can probably guess what went wrong. So it was kind of near the beginning of my run, and my blood sugar started to drop. And the mistake I made was not bringing a juice. So normally when I even go just for a walk outside, I bring my phone, because my Dexcom goes to this and then to my watch, but they have to be close together because I don't have separate data for my watch. And then I bring a juice and my house key. I don't bring my PDM with me unless I plan on going out somewhere for a few hours, but I didn't plan on being out too long because I was ideally going to be running. So because I started to go low, I decided that I was just going to walk, but quickly, because I knew I needed to get home, and I was doing a trail, as you could probably see from the little videos that I showed. And so my goal was basically to get home as quickly as possible without allowing my blood sugars to drop more than they were. I ended up doing intervals of walking and running. So that seemed to work out okay, and then my blood sugar started to drop to 4, and so I kind of got a little nervous, but I just kept telling myself I was going to be okay, and I would make it home. I would have a snack or a juice if I needed it. I find that if I start to get anxious and I'm already starting to drop, it makes my blood sugar drop even more. If it was a different situation, you know, being stressed can increase your blood sugar levels, but I know for me personally, like I said, if I'm dropping already and I start to get nervous and kind of freak out because I know I'm going to need a juice, then it's not a good situation. So thankfully, by the end of my walk run, my blood sugar started to level out, so the Dexcom had the arrow going straight, and it continued to stay straight, thankfully, even after I got home. So I was really lucky that I didn't go below 4 on this walk run, because I definitely would have panicked, and I didn't even have my wallet or money on me so that I could have stopped at a variety store or something to pick up a juice or a drink of some sort. So, moral of the story, if you have type 1 diabetes and you're going out of the house for any reason, even if you think it's going to be a short outing, make sure you bring all your supplies. And again, I normally do, but I overestimated myself on this day. So definitely make sure you're bringing juice with you, or gel or glucose tabs, whatever you use to treat a low. Maybe even bring a snack, depending on how long your walk or run outing's going to be. And even I could have brought my PDM, because then maybe I could have suspended my suspended my basal insulin early on, and then I might not have gone as low as I was. But again, thankfully I didn't go low and need a juice while I was out. So I think another shorter video, but that's okay. It's the weekend, so I'm not too worried about that. And like always, everybody stay safe, wash your hands, make sure you're physical distancing, but still keeping in contact with people. During this time, there is evidence of increased mental health issues, especially for those who were already dealing with it. Like myself, as I mentioned, I had to go on a little bit extra medication, and it's actually working very well for me, so I'm very thankful. And if anyone has any questions, comments, or topics they want me to talk about, I'm hoping, I've said this before, it honestly depends on the day, because there's 5 of us stuck in this house. We're renovating our basement, so it's really just 1.5 levels we can hang out on. But ideally, I would like to have my sister on here, and we can kind of talk about the similarities and differences between our diagnosis, our diabetes journeys, maybe answer questions, because our answers will be different. We do have some differences between us in regards to diabetes. So maybe my next video, I don't know, it depends if we're getting along. So again, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everybody has a really good weekend. Hopefully the sun comes out. It's a little overcast today, but still kind of bright outside. And I will see everybody later. Bye.